Roll Tide! Roll Tide! Guess what? Roll Tide!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with a video. One of the more interesting prospects of the draft, Jalen Milroe, quarterback of Alabama. Obviously, we know that he's had his ups and downs. He's had great moments. He's had terrible moments. There's not much in between. Like, there's not really anything that stands out that you say, well, that was okay. It wasn't great, but it was good enough. He either had, in my opinion, he either had his best game or the worst possible moment. Some of the key things that Bleacher Report puts out, I don't want to steal from nobody without giving credit, but some of the positives they list for him: he's an explosive dual-threat quarterback capable of making big plays with his running ability. We'll get to that in a second. Dynamic arm talent to push the football vertically outside the numbers. He's well built with a proportionate frame with tremendous play strength. He's young and developing talent with a high ceiling. Now, on the note of those positive things listed, I would say that honestly, the big thing for me, for Jalen Milroe negatively, is he doesn't handle the pressure well. Not the pressure of being a quarterback, but the pressure on the field. When pressure's in his face, what does he do? He chokes. He falls short. And he's not the only one out there that does that. He's not the worst at it either. When there's pressure in his face and he needs to take off and run, it's weird that he struggles to do that sometimes. Now, sometimes he needs to run and he can. Or sometimes maybe he doesn't need to get away from pressure. Maybe it's just, oh, there's an open field right there. I'm playing this FCS high school defense. Let me just take advantage of them and let's run up the middle. Some of that, and then also trying to trust the defense or trust what he sees defensively is another key issue that I would say. I think, when it comes to trying to adapt when the defense adapts. When the defense sees your offense, they're going to make changes on defense that, as a quarterback, you're going to have to get used to seeing happen probably 9 times out of 10 every play. You're going to see that as a quarterback in the NFL. And I think that's one of the downsides of Jalen Milroe. And again, I'm not saying downside or negatives or anything like that to beat him up. I'm not here to bash. I'm just here to kind of give my 2 cents on it without, being all giddy up about, oh, he's the best thing to come out of Alabama, which he's not. But he's a great human being, great heart, loves the Lord, good character and everything. And that's what I admire about him. But as a player, I think one of the big things he struggles with is when the defense kind of changes something up on him last minute. Maybe they put a QB spy or they go to blitz, and it turns into a blitz package and he's not expecting it. He's not expecting that change. So he can't perform greatly like he's supposed to do. So that's really the overall negative that I would see. I would compare Jalen Milroe to Jalen Hurts because of build and the way they both run. There's been times where they said Milroe can't throw the ball like he needs to, but then he's just constantly gotten better. They said the same thing about Jalen Hurts, and he just won a Super Bowl. So I have at least heard some critics say that Milroe can't throw like he needs to. Not that he can't throw at all. He just, it's not good enough. Well, what's good enough to you? I don't know. But I think he has a little bit of a stronger arm than Jalen Hurts does. I think he's got strength almost like Tonga Vailoa did. Honestly, when you look at guys like that, when I look at current NFL quarterbacks that I would compare to, if you had to put Tua aside and put Jalen aside, let's not compare to Alabama quarterbacks here. I'm going to go Arizona's Kyler Murray. From Oklahoma, Cardinals quarterback. I think it's not necessarily the size, but the way in which Kyler Murray can move, I think is kind of how Jalen Milroe can move in ways. And I think that's going to play a key factor in when he gets on the NFL level. He struggled mightily this last season. He struggled in the Senior Bowl from what I've heard. I didn't really watch it, but I heard that he struggled and people just didn't really have the best things to say. His current build, according to ESPN, is 6'2", 225, which actually is pretty good. That's almost like a Jalen Hurts size. With the way he's able to move, you wouldn't guess that he's built that way. He's just very unique, and I love Jalen Milroe. I do. I wish him nothing but the best on the next level, and I've been on here to say at times that we need to bench him and we need to move forward and we need this or that. I get that, but hear me out. That's all Alabama fans. Now, from a sportscaster standpoint, you can't really say that stuff, so I do apologize at times. But, at the same time, I love my team, and I want to see them be successful. I do. But at the same time, the other side of the coin is that you have no hate. He's never done anything wrong outside of maybe a mistake in football. From what I understood, he graduated early. He's, just always had good character and heart. He's never really gotten in trouble at Alabama for anything under Nick Saban. He was benched in the USF game last year in 23 when he struggled against Texas, who Alabama had lost to the week prior, which was not, I think it was his third overall start, because I think in Bryce Young's junior season in 22, there was a game where Milroe came in and started for the first time, and he just didn't really look that good. But he's had his ups and downs. I think he's one of those guys that has consistently got better. I think the thing with last year, we thought he was going to fit DeBoer. We thought DeBoer was going to come in and save the day for Alabama. And for Milroe, we said, well, he's an offensive guru. What could go wrong? Well, he did throw 11 interceptions last year and only 16 touchdowns, and it just looked sloppy at times. And he's been a key motivator for the team. He's carried this team. He's put them on his back. He's done everything he could. I think he's systematic. And again, I've said before, systematic quarterback is not a bad thing. He's just not. I think that Jalen Milroe in the right position probably could have some good NFL success. I think he's one of those guys you want to draft on the right team, and I'm honestly not sure what team that would be. But you don't start him day one. You get him in the door behind a veteran, and you let him learn a little bit for a year or two, and then put him out there and just see what he does. Would it surprise me if he's an NFL bust? No, it wouldn't surprise me. But I also would say it shouldn't surprise us if he gets better and better and finds the right situation where he does have the success he needs to have to be a successful NFL quarterback. So the whole running back changing positions and everything like that, I get it. I understand that. But at the same time, he wants to be what he wants to be. They said the same thing about Jalen Hurts years ago. They've said the same thing about Kyler Murray. They've said he's not the first. And look what those guys are doing. They're actually doing pretty good on the NFL level. So I think you just give him in the right position and just give him some time and he'll be okay. So love you guys. Let me know your thoughts on Milroe down in the comment section below. Jesus loves you. Thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff here at Ballard Sports Media. And again, I wish all these prospects going pro the best of luck. Jalen Milroe, thank you for the memories at Alabama. I was grateful to see you play in 2 games this past season, USF and Auburn. And I thought you did pretty well in those games. So, especially that fourth quarter against USF at least. But nothing but love and respect. And good luck in the NFL. Love you guys. God bless. And we'll see you next time.